Mark Noble on social media saying how disappointing it is they've let a young player go. Apparently, I think they've had a bit of a chat with the ownership and sort of buried the hatchet as the captain, but...
The talkSPORT Clips of the Week.
Yes, we got 14 more for you, fresh batch, and we will kick off with Tom Gale with the sports news.
The Athletics' David Ornstein has told talkSPORT an agreement is in place for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to stay at Arsenal.
Who is that?
Put that on the back of a shirt. That would look good.
Staying with the Arsenal striker, here's Alan Brazil on breakfast.
We're told that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is set to sign a new 3-year deal to make him Arsenal's highest player ever. Fantastic.
That's almost libelous, isn't it? The highest ever player. Fisherman's Blues now, and very optimistic host Nigel Botherway.
Attention poachers, please carry ID.
Good luck with that.
It's not going to happen.
Wouldn't be much of a poacher, would you?
Here's co-commentator Stuart Pearce with his new word of the week.
He's found it very difficult to break a very sturgid Iceland team down.
So just slip it in the conversation this weekend, sturgid.
Stoic and turgid.
Well, that's something we might be. Anyway, quite a few talkSPORT presenters struggle to get the words out this week, including Simon Jordan.
So let's explain the behaviour of the West Bromwich Albion players in Barcelona when you've got senior pros like Gareth Barry, Johnny Evans, Jake Livermore and Baez Mohill.
So who? Barcelona, Gareth Barry and Baez Mohill making a mountain out of a
Joan
molehill.
Baez Mohill.
Joan Baez Mohill. That's right.
In similar vein, here's Extra Time's Paul Ross looking ahead to the breakfast show.
Alan Brazil back at the helm. With Ali McCoist, Jamie O'Hara joins us from 8 a.m. They'll also be speaking to the former Villa striker, Gabby Abongalore.
Gary Abongalore. Of course. And can anyone tell us what Goffey is trying to get at here?
Tennis bad boy Nick Kyrgios hasn't kept his opinion on the incident quiet. The Australian released a poll on his Twitter asking his followers how long he would have been banned for if it had been one of Djokovic's shoes.
What? How long he would have been banned for if he'd been one of Djokovic's shoes?
Have Djokovic's shoes been banned?
The boy Kyrgios. How could Kyrgios become one of Djokovic's shoes?
I have no idea.
I haven't quite worked out what's going on. I think his head's gone.
It's Eddie Oladipo now, discussing the Leeds manager.
And the Sun have done a nice double spread here about Leeds, and in particular Leeds manager Marcelo Bielsa. And what I've loved, they've mocked him up as Frank Sinatra. They've got the Tribbley hat on and everything.
Wearing a Tribbley, not the Vicar of Tribbley.
The Vicar of Tribbley, yeah. I can't beat a nice old Tribbley hat, can you? Back to Fisherman's Blues, and Nigel seems to have invented a new channel.
You had some 30s which were captured on film. I'd like to talk to you about that, and I'll never let you go without talking Clarissa. That's coming up next on talkSPORT Blue.
I love that channel.
Do you like talkSPORT Blue? Well, I occasionally tune in. You get 10 minutes for free and then they scramble. They scramble, especially when Clarissa's on. They scramble the picture for some reason. So anyway, Andrew McKenna now, commentating on Wasps versus Leicester. And we think Owen Farrell may be up in arms over this.
Ben White's got his hands on the ball, but he hasn't lifted it. And that's the reason that Carl Dixon blew the referee.
How many game bans you get for that?
It's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Here's Clinton Morrison in a clip we're calling What Happened to the Radar?
Them two play ever so well together. The combination at Bournemouth was really good. Jeff Hendrick will be a good free. That will go under the carpet, but I think it's a good signing.
What happened to the Radar? It went under the carpet.
It went under the carpet.
It went under the carpet. Not at all. This is Tony Cascarino with his take on Foden and Greenwood.
I feel a little bit sorry for Gareth on this, is that, and yeah, you as a manager would recognise this, that you can't man-to-man mark your players in a hotel.
Well, you can try, can't you? The concierge turning Eric Dyer like Christian Eriksen did.
Can I just say I thought of a manager for Under the Carpet?
Who is it?
Underlay Luxemburgo.
That's very good. That's very good. He's gone under the carpet. Yeah, the old Brazil. I'm looking at them. Brazil next. Wanderlei Luxemburgo managed Brazil.
International famous.
Looking at the producer.
If he's not talking, he's clueless.
Yeah.
This is Big Alan's back now, introducing a guest.
Yeah.
One man who's loving what he's saying is Tony Bellew, the former world champion. Big Ever Tony tweeted, "Oh, Everton, we love you.
Yeah.
Big Ever Tony.
Big Ever Tony. Well, his name's Tony and he supports Everton, making him an Ever Tony.
Why not?
Let's not forget, of course, Gripper Rodney Marsh, of course.
Thank you very much.
Gripper Rod Wallace, some of the other carpet-based players.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. And finally, it's Fisherman's Blues again, and Nigel's guest telling a story.
This vast carp came up and sort of laid quite on its more or less on its side.
You sure it wasn't dead, mate? Sounds like it might be dead.
It was really. Shall I tell you how interesting he was? That
on its
That was
side.
Chris Bell, the carp fisher. I was listening to it last night, and afterwards I went and checked out his film on YouTube. It was fascinating.
It's the power, isn't it?
Yeah,
the power of Fisherman's
really
Blues.
good.
Always a good listen. Anyway, so there we are. There's your clips of the week. And we should thank everybody who suggested clips that were played. Mark Hustle, Joe M, Dave Clark, Steve Langdown, Joshua Green, John Armitage, Jamie Kirk, Marsh Pratley, that can't be right, Phil Gwillam, Mark Jones, Finn O'Sullivan, Ricky Ramsey, Darren Penn, Roger from Durham, Alan Jenkins, and Ricky T.
And I also get that fix where I can help other players and feel like
the bigger question is this, because statistics are the beginning of a conversation, not the end of it, right? And we're talking about penetration of black managers into English football.
Penetration.
From a footballing perspective, how we use it, yeah.